Okay. This is going to be a test because she is in her room. Anybody who's joining, please let me know if you can hear me okay. I don't want to be too overly loud because the little miss is in her room trying to sleep. This is part 2 of making homemade bread. If you haven't seen part 1, it's back on my channel. Let's just readjust this. There we go. She's not fully asleep, so here's hoping she falls asleep soon because she definitely needs a nap. And if you missed part 1, please go watch it. I'll try to remember to link it in the description after I'm done so that it's easy if you need to. The black eye is explained in part 1. So go watch that first because this is a continuation of that. Right now we have our bread dough in the oven and it's been rising for about half an hour. This is what I get for trying to use a laptop. Okay, so I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And while it's baking, I might make the dough for something else. I might not, and I might just end the live stream there and post a picture later of the bread so that you know what it looks like. But I really also want to be able to help you guys and show you guys what it sounds like. So when it's done, so I might just show a small YouTube short of that instead. I haven't quite decided yet. We'll figure that out when the time gets there. Okay. Welcome to the person watching. This is part 2 of making our bread. I'm about to pull it out of the oven. Well, isn't that just great timing, Nelkita? I love how that works. It ended up taking me a little bit longer to go live than I thought because I really wanted to make sure that she was asleep, but here we are, and I'm going to pull out the dough. All right. Hello, Rutro. This is, I don't know if anybody remembers what it looked like, but the bread was not bulged like this. Ta-da! Looks beautiful. So, gorgeous. Okay. So, this is where the fun part comes in. Because if you have any undue anger... Oh, hello. Do you want to come out? Okay, 1 second. Hello. Come out when you're ready. Well, so much for needing to be quiet. Nelkita, I agree. I love it when it rises this much. And the book says that you can do an hour and a half for rising, but I find a half an hour is good enough for me. So here comes the fun part. This is where you get to actually punch your dough. Gotta let it shrink. And you just want to, okay? We're trying to get the air bubbles out. You're just going to take off out of the bowl. If it sticks a little, you should have some flour. A little knead. And this part is a part that I learned from my mom. Okay. I'm going to dump it out on a well-floured surface. I left my counter dirty from the last live. It was just easier. Okay. Some water in that. I don't like having it stick. Okay, kiddo, you want your movie back? Please ignore the frozen sounds again. Maybe I could turn it down. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hopefully you don't hear it as much. I did not put oil on it. I just covered it with some flour, but you can put oil if you want to. I don't always find that you need to. Excuse me. Especially if when you're about to take it out of the bowl, you take some flour and you put it around the edge. It helps to scrape it from the sides. So, I'm messy. Beautiful looking dough. Okay. I like to squish it down. Just give it a couple minute knead. Doesn't have to be for very long. It's just to try and get some of the air bubbles that have formed from the rise out. And this next part is the part that I learned from my mom. Okay. So it's like that. I'm going to roll it over. I'm going to take a big knife. Oh, that's like what? Yes. You want it to be nice and firm. Okay. And you're going to take a big knife and just chop it in half the best that you can. Okay. You're going to take your rolling pin. Okay. And you're going to roll out the pieces to help get out the air bubbles. That way, you don't have any holes in your bread when you cut it. If you need to, add more flour or spread around the stuff that you have. Add a little to the rolling pin. And just roll it out. Now, you probably can't hear it because the microphone is too far away. But when you're rolling it out, you can hear these little air bubbles popping. And that's actually what you want. You want to be able to take those air bubbles out because those air bubbles are going to cause your bread to have holes throughout the loaf, and then your bread's going to fall apart, and you really don't want that. And you're not going to roll it out for very long or for very big, just about the size of what your bread pan is. So I have two. This one recipe makes a double recipe, makes 2 loaves, sorry. So this is about the size that I have. I like to keep it on the counter as kind of like a guide, and I just try to roll it out about that size, trying to get out as many of the air bubbles as you can, while still keeping its shape. Okay. So that's about the size that I do. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. Always love seeing the giant holes on the sourdough subreddit. Oh yeah. To be honest, I don't use Reddit, so I don't really know what's on there. I live in a bit of underneath a rock when it comes to that. Okay, so I'm just squishing it down because when I lifted it, it kind of smushed. This is something I have found that really helps, especially if you want to use this bread loaf to make a cinnamon and sugar bread. So what you do is you just add a little bit of cinnamon to the dough when you would add like your flour, your sugar, your salt. And then you mix cinnamon and sugar and you basically put it in the middle of your dough when it's rolled out like this, like you would for cinnamon rolls. And then you just roll it. Oops, as tight as you can while keeping it all the same size. And then I just try to pinch the sides together at the end. That way. And I like to fold the little log roll. Did live on the fluffy animals. There, just like that, okay? You just want to seal the ends. I'm also trying to read the comments at the same time as I'm doing this, so forgive me. Okay? And then I just give it a little roll. And because I haven't I like to grease my pans, although these ones you don't need to. I just use regular butter to do that. Let's do that. I like to do well greased. It makes the outside of the dough quite a lovely color when you make sure you have a good coating of butter in your pan. Even if you have a nonstick pan, it helps to put butter on because it helps with the color of the bread. And really, everybody likes the color of that bread. Likes the nice golden color. Sorry, my dad just texted me to let me know that he's leaving. Okay. Now, you can melt this part. You can do melted butter for this part, but I'll take the bread, pop it in my pan, and then I'll just take a little bit of butter that I've kind of squished into my fingers. Nice clean fingers, of course, or floury fingers. It really doesn't matter. And I'll just kind of spread it on the top. Melted butter will do the same thing. Hi. Yeah. Do you need another movie? Okay. That's what it ends up looking like. Now I'm going to quickly wash my hands, put another movie on for my kiddo, and then I'll roll out the second one. Okay, you want another movie? You still have this one playing. What are you whining about? Okay. Let's pop this over here. That's actually exactly what I'm going to be putting on is Frozen 2 because they seem to be her favorite movies right now. Her birthday is coming up next week and on Father's Day, actually. And it's going to be a Frozen themed birthday party, so that'll be lots of fun. Got lots of people coming. Biggest party I've thrown since probably my early 20s. Ignore the floating broom handle. Hi, DC, you're back. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate it. You know what? The butter will help. We're rolling out the dough now. You missed the fun part. You get to punch down your dough. So we roll out the dough with a rolling pin because it helps to take out the air bubbles. If you missed that, you can actually hear it too when you're rolling it out. It's really cool. I love hearing it. It's one of my favorite things. No touching. Oh, Nika. She's climbed up one portion of the island that I have my computer sitting on, and she's trying to peek up over at the computer. It's quite cute. She loves watching me do things like this. I wish I could I don't really need a bike so that I can get you guys to listen to these bubbles because it is, as Aaron and Julie Joe like to do with their bubbly drinks, a massive ASMR moment. I agree, Nail Kita. I actually kind of want to get one of like the lapel clip ones since I'm not going to be sitting and I'm going to be moving all the time. I think it'll be really helpful. So once you have your dough rolled out, which you want it to be about the size of your bread pan, if you missed that, you want to roll it up as tight as you can to help prevent those air bubbles from forming in your dough. Okay. Seal up your ends, both sides, and pinch the rolled end. Give it a good little roll. Make it a nice log shape again. Okay. Now I'll do one without butter and one with butter so that you can see the difference in what it ends up looking like. No worries, Ruh-Roh. You do what you need to. Take care of yourself. I totally understand. Nail Kita, I've done many different kinds of savory ones. I've done a garlic and cheese. I've done a rosemary and cheese, and they've all been super big hits. This dough recipe too, you can do garlic pull-apart bread, which I have a TikTok on, but I think it's got music in it, so I can't throw it on a YouTube because copywriting and bleh. That's why it took me so long to get a couple of videos out again after so long, because I just couldn't do it. It just, there was music, and I edit all my shorter videos on TikTok. You should follow me there. Same name, Comfy Kitchen. So the next step, I'm doing one with butter and one without, so I can show you the difference. Yes, Nail Kita, it is at the Comfy Kitchen on TikTok as well. So one with butter, one without. I'll show you the difference after. And we're going to preheat the oven to 375 and bake it for a half an hour. Just want to give my hands a quick wipe. I'm actually surprised at how well I've managed to keep myself somewhat clean today. Usually I'm a lot messier when I'm doing stuff like this. One of my favorite variations of this bread is actually my Parmesan garlic that I do. And I put garlic powder inside the dough. I put a little bit of cheese inside the dough. And when I roll it up, I'll put cheese inside of that. And then I'll put a garlic and cheese butter on the top of it. I am Canadian. Nah. Yes. Sorry about the big loud banging noise. I like, when I have two breads like this, I like to put them on a pan so that they don't move very much. Because if you move them too much, because while your oven is rising, while your oven is heating up, these will rise more while you're waiting for the oven to heat up, which is actually good because they'll rise less in the oven and they won't turn into a bulgy, ridiculous mess, if that makes sense. Excuse me. I'm in BC, British Columbia, so there are forest fires here, and it is a bit hazy, but we have a chance of rain coming as well as a thunderstorm. So here's hoping we don't have any more lightning because we don't need any more forest fires. I haven't been put on evacuation watch yet for forest fires, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we don't have to leave. That would really, really suck. especially with my husband not being at home right now. So fun. Are you going to be banging those all day? That's okay. You're having fun. Yeah, it's actually been fairly dry here too. Apparently we have like record numbers for dry in certain areas of British Columbia, like the Lower Mainland, like the Greater Vancouver area. They're apparently super dry right now. I moved from there in September, so I have no idea what it's like anymore. So, fun tip about your rolling pin. You don't actually want to wash it very often because you'll take all of the natural good oils that are on the wood off. And you don't want to do that. The only time you actually want to wash your rolling pin is if you have stuff stuck on it that you can't get off. So I'm good. It's got a nice coating of flour on it still from rolling out the dough. And I'm just going to put it away like that. And preheat my oven. Okay, so I have some time because once the bread goes in the dough, I can either stop the live and just show a picture later of what the bread looks like, or I can try to make something else in the time and show a picture of that after it's done baking. What do you guys think? What would you like me to do? Would you like me to just cut the live here so DC can start her live if she hasn't already? Go subscribe to her. She's awesome. Or do you want me to make something else? Let me know. But I think I might actually cut the live out with my kiddo still awake. We'll see though. What do you guys think? Now, Kita, I love that. I think that's a wonderful idea. I think I will go spend some time with her before she actually decides she wants to have a nap, since she tricked me. I do have Instagram. My name is the same, The Comfy Kitchen. There might be a period in there. I can link it down below if you want. I don't post on there as often as I do TikTok and YouTube, but I can definitely try to get into it some more. So I'll link it in the description so you can follow me. And next time I will definitely do something sweet. Woo. My next live, I'm hoping to go live at least twice a week, but we'll see how it goes. It's a little more difficult for me to go live when my husband is here because he is not a social media person at all. He's got no social media anywhere. So I get a little more nervous when he's around. I don't know why. He totally supports this and 100% wants me to, become successful if I want to. So here's hoping. So I'll do something sweet and I'll figure out what it is. Everybody have a wonderful Saturday. And I will see you in our next live. Bye.